お帰りなさいませ。
Alright, so here's like a small overview, I guess, of the episode part 2 and 3 of Komi-san. This is not going to be in order because I'm just trying to play catch up right now, but we're going to see if we keep up with just the regular episodes. I don't think these videos are going to get like any views whatsoever if I'm not current. The one thing though is I don't know how the episodes update because it seems to be a bit weird. However, this show is genuinely funny. Like there are some really good moments in the show. Not all the jokes land, but definitely quite a few. Komi-san's nervousness and just like getting, is it Najima? I mean Najimi? Najimi, I think it's Najimi. Najimi to be their friend originally in episode 2, or to be Komi's friend in episode 2, was quite interesting. We get the whole like, haha, it's a trap joke. Like that's already still there. But Najimi seems to be famous, or can you use the word famous? I guess I have to use the word popular, right? Not famous. I almost want to say famous at the point of having, in the next episode, as we learn, 5 million friends. So what, can I say famous? I feel like I can say famous. And it turns out Komi freaked him out, or freaked... He switches his pronouns so many times. I'm just going to go with he for the rest of this thing, okay? He freaked Najimi out because when they were younger, he said hi to her, and she didn't say anything because she's as nervous as she always is. And it terrified him specifically and like put him in shock over it. Everybody in the show just has problems and doesn't know how to communicate, which is good. You know, that's what you're centering your story around. But it was nice seeing Tadano specifically get like kind of serious about like, no, I'm freaking serious. Like, go be friends with her. And then I just love, I think with every romantic comedy, the best part of romantic comedies is people jeering at the two main characters like, oh, you want to go help her now? Oh, what do you want me to go over? I think it's just because I'm a prick and I do that to my friends. So when I go watch people do that in an anime, it's just me reliving the moment of poking at somebody else's awkwardness because sooner or later they'll poke back at your own. What was I gonna say? So Najimi tries to be friends. I think they walk home to school together, or like they kind of talk in the classroom for a second, but again, there's not really much being said there. And then when they're walking back, like neither of them can say anything to each other, and Tadano is just watching the both of them as they're walking, and then Najimi has like a thug like dude show up and confess his love to him, and then he's like, no, sorry, I can't, I'm a dude. But then the guy, and I don't get it with anime, he's basically an R-wordist, and he starts like licking his lips and grabbing for his arm, and he's holding his arm, and then Komi sees that when he throws off his jacket, he drops his keys, and then she goes over and hands the keys to him, but because she's just staring at him, the dude thinks that he's gonna kill her, or thinks that Komi's gonna kill him, and then he runs off, and then right then, now the names are gonna mess up. Najimi then realizes like, oh man, I want to be friends with you, Komi, and then he's basically making fun of the fact that she can't really talk as much, or at least he's having a kick out of it. Not like haha, you suck, but I guess I could just go on, right? So the second part of, I think it's still episode 2, he makes her go get a drink, like specifically a Starbucks drink, to help work on her social skills. And Komi is like, it is freaking hilarious. She's adorable. She what freaking happens? She walks there slowly. Tadano is following. Some kid and mom is walking by and goes, "Mom, look, it's a stalker," which was a hilarious joke, by the way. And he's all waving like, no. She goes all the way into the coffee shop, walks in, and then sees all the people, and then like everybody's like an attractive light, and everyone's all smiling and happy, and then she walks back out, and everything's being narrated in speech bubbles, and then she walks back in, goes in to ask for the drink, but again she can't say anything. But luckily for her, being there and just standing there makes other people fill in the blanks, and the Starbucks employee found his like inner strength and inner Starbucks power. It said tweeter, right? He was like, oh man, this drink is going to be on Twitter and make about like 10,000 retweets and everything else. Yes, I must do this as one of the 7 black aprons. Like he was going full anime about his Starbucks job. I don't care what they called it, his Starbucks. After he makes a drink, Komi can't tell him it's the wrong drink. She just leaves and takes it back and then walks it back. And then Najimi's like, this is the rum drink, and then she starts crying, and then both of them just apologize profusely. Tadano as well. And that's our first friend down outside of Tadano, which is nice. You know, he did his job, man. He did the job. Specifically picking a person. Oh wait, no, I forgot the best part of episode 2. That first joke when he goes up to the popular girl, is like, "Hey, can you? I have a question actually." And then she gets close. She's like, "Oh yeah, sure. Get the frick away from me. Go die. Nobody wants to talk to you. Everybody hates the fact that you're so close to Komi-san and blah 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 blah." Just whispering that as you're like a psychopath. Then we get episode 3, and I believe episode 3's focus is mainly on Himeko, a really shy girl who is being stared at by Komi in the library, and she's stressing like hard because Komi looks like a psychopath whenever she's staring at people. Specifically to these very shy. No, I guess it's to everybody. Yeah, because she's intimidated most people. So no, she just has a yandere stare. I can say that for canon now. I'm gonna say Komi has yandere stare confirmed. It's a part of her power scaling. Either way, Himeko is like narrating her life. She's a shy person as well, but she can at least still speak, and she'll still speak in her head, so we can still kind of have an understand what she's doing. However, her narration cracked me up the entire time. She's all like, "I was looking for a book, and then Komi-san was staring at me. Komi-san is so beautiful and so like everything else, and I'm just like kind of ugly and chubby, and nobody likes me, and I'm not cute at all. And Komi-san is still staring at me like." Like the narration kept going all over the place. I don't think the voice changed. It's just me doing the effect for that. But we literally follow her everywhere. There is a moment where she is just sitting in the bathroom, and she can feel somebody staring at her, which again is Komi just standing around, which is kind of weird, by the way. Also, Himeko sat on that toilet seat with her skirt on. Ew. I don't know what you have to do as a girl with a skirt. All I know is that toilet seat's disgusting. But then again, I'm thinking as a guy, the boys' restrooms are absolutely awful in high school. It is like a, I don't want to talk about it. Let's just keep moving on. Some of you eat. One of you guys are eating. Anyways, I was gonna say, then Komi, she like, one of the funny parts. Himeko was all like, "God, Buddha, somebody, please, just let the person go away." And then Komi ends up walking off. And I'm trying to remember what happened in which order first. That happens. Then she walks out of the restroom. A teacher sees her and goes, "Hey, can you go tell this class that they're gonna be at PE outside today?" And she's like, but I just Then Komi's like, Komi's staring behind her again. She's like, "Okay, I'll do it," because she needs to leave. She's like trying to run away because she's scared. She runs over to the class, can't say anything. She walks to the class. She goes, "Okay, you're gonna do this. You're gonna go say to the class that they need to go out for PE. Let's do this." Puh. She just says, "Puh." The class just stares at her and goes like, "Are you okay? Is there something wrong?" You know, and she's panicking. The room's going crazy. And then Komi's staring at her, and it makes her go like, "Oh, you guys have PE outside!" Ah! And she runs away because Komi's staring in the hallway like a yandere simulator. And then as she's running down the hallway, she runs up some stairs, and I hate the way they showed this. Like, it's one of those dramatic moments in anime where someone's like finding something profound, or that dumb, like a girl that they like is up on the top roof, and they have to confess their feelings. She runs all the way up and bursts open the door and goes, "I can say it. I said it to the class," like boldly or whatever. And the class is still looking like, why did that girl run off that way, like all confused and junk. And then we see the reverse passage of time. Najimi, the homie, was or homegirl, whichever one, we'll see whatever episode this goes by, was trying to hook up. Not trying to hook up, trying to help Komi find friends that are around her like personality type, because as we learn, Najimi has like 5 million friends, like something ridiculous like that. So he's got them all listed out. And then pretty much he just shows Komi Himeko, like he just goes, "Yeah, she's also a really good person that I think you get along with. You go to look at the other one," and both Himeko and Komi leave, and that's the reason why Komi is staring at her in the library like a psychopath. And then when they both go to the stairs, Tadano and Komi, because they're talking about how Komi could make her a friend, Himeko's still there, and then is like, "Oh, all that staring you were doing," and so like a nice little moment, she goes, "Scared the crap out of me," and then like, everything drops, and then Komi is shooken because she doesn't realize that she looks terrifying if she's just staring at somebody super intensely. And And then she's like, but it helped me grow better myself, thank you. And then Tadano's like, hey, since you guys are like getting along, maybe you should be friends. And then Himeko's like, no, I couldn't. Komi's like a goddess, and that would be too much. And then runs off. Like runs up the stairs. And then she goes, well, I can't be your friend, but I can be her dog. And then I just went, wait, what? And then and they both kind of, I think they gave a look too. What the freak? That was the biggest left turn out of that entire thing. I was not expecting that. I saw that and went, what the freak's going on? The whole episode, I'm like, oh, Himiko's so adorable. And then that happened, and I was like, oh. I kind of got to skip through this because we're only at 10 minutes. Later on, after that, I think the next episode was Komi got a cell phone and was trying to get all her friends' numbers now. And Tadano's an idiot, and it was clear that she was asking for his phone number in the beginning, but he's dumb and didn't realize that. Komi goes asking Najimi, and then Najimi's like, oh, that idiot didn't get it, did he? And then she's just shaking her head, which is funny because she's finally having her like girl talk queen. Yeah. Anyways, she was getting that. Then she went to go ask Himeko, but Himeko was like, oh, you want to take photos of me? And then that was a whole nother level. Oh, okay, this character is, wow, okay, all right. And then later on, she goes running through the hallway like, oh no, you just wanted my number. I'm so sorry. Najimi filled me in the fact that you want my number, and then also Tadano's number. Oh, my bad. Did I say that at the wrong time? I had bad timing. Like, and Tadano was there, but then that man started blushing because he's in there. And then she hands him the phone. They both don't look at each other. And then he writes his number in there, and he was super psyched. Then after that, we get like another short kind of episode where she's kind of scrolling through her phone, Komi, because she doesn't really do as much. She's like done doing homework or whatever. Now she's sitting at her bed, and she's flipping through her phone. She's like excited just seeing the ringtones on her phone and seeing the contacts. She puts her phone next to her ear, and it auto dials, because I guess the phone just has a function for that. Tadano's number, and he's like, hello? And then she hangs up the phone. And then he calls her back. And then at that point, I went, you know what? This device that she was super excited for is now just going to be a torture method for her specifically. Because if she gets rid of it now, she's going to be backtracking. But if she keeps it, it's going to scare her. Also, it's hilarious that she was practicing talking on the phone. Also, ponytail Komi. Ponytail Komi over regular Komi. I think that ponytail looked better. What was I going to say? He called her back, and then she did like the, you called the wrong number. Please hang. No, she tried doing the whole thing. I love how you said, Komi, if you just accidentally dialed, just say ah. That was pretty funny. After that, I think the next episode was the president episode, and then the game episode, and it's basically the same gist. Najimi's trying to get Komi to open up a bit more, so Najimi's throwing her. Najimi saves her the first time with the hilarious thing of everybody wanted her to be president, and she couldn't say anything. She's panicking. They're all like, "Oh, look, she's shaking with excitement," because they're all pricks. And then he's like, "No, she doesn't deserve to be president. She deserves to be our god." And then they all lose their mind. They're like, "Yeah, you're right." And then she's now the god, emperor, shogun, some, all that extra junk. Then they make Tadano president instead because they hate him. And then they play 2 games or whatever else, but Komi wanted to play the game, and they threw her in there. Najimi throws her in there. At first, Tadano's like, oh, we could just invite our friends, and then we can just have a good little practice session. We're talking with our friends. She's all pumped for that, but then no. Najimi makes it more difficult, and then they're having like an internal argument. So then Tadano joins. Then those people want him there, and again, the inside talk about how much they want him dead. As they're playing the game, Komi, they let her win at one time. Then the final match is to see somebody's kissy face or something like that. So they're all purposely trying to win so that Komi loses first. Or loses. She loses, so she has to do the kissy face. You get the gist. And then Tadano throws the game, and then they all hate him for it. And then Komi says she's happy. And again, he's like mildly happy about that until Najimi goes, I want to see your kissy face, and then leaves, and it hurts his stomach. And then we get the ending. So far, these episodes have been really good. I'm surprised I got that all in 14 minutes. I'm sure there's some stuff I missed with all the jokes, but I'd say just be sure to watch it. If there's any funny moments that you really enjoyed from the show, let me know. Write them down in the comments, and hopefully I'll be able to catch up. We'll see. I keep myself a little too busy. Either way, I'll catch you later. Peace, Baka Brigade.